And then just as people come in, there we go. We're going to need, hopefully you've got a nice big cushion and a towel just to protect the cushion and some hand cream if you want, and clean hands. So it's also much easier to do this hand massage with as minimal jewelry as possible. Obviously, some people have rings that don't come off, and that's absolutely fine. There's not a problem, but it's easiest to work on somebody else or for yourself to take off any jewelry that you can take off. And also, we're just going to cream up the forearms. So again, if you've got, any watches that it's easy to take off, then you might want to do that too. And just put them safely on the side. And we're ready. Okay. How are we all doing? Is everybody ready? I haven't got a very good view of everybody, but yes, lovely thumbs up. Thank you, Bea. Wonderful. Okay, so we're going to try and be very technical and switch from this view onto a hand view. So just bear with me with all the technical bits. But welcome, welcome, welcome. This is going to be a lovely session of gentleness, and I'm so delighted that you're here to share it with us as we celebrate the UK's first Gentleness Awareness Day, which will hopefully bring a much deeper understanding of an awareness of gentleness and how we can truly embody it and bring it to ourselves and each other, because gentleness is the ultimate energy that allows connection, a connection where we truly see each other in the light of from one human to another with no judgment. So what we're going to do is, before we start, just invite you both just to take in some beautiful breaths for yourself, because what we need to do whenever we give touch and massage to anybody else, we need to be a calm presence for the other. Once we start the massage, our nervous systems have a huge big conversation between the two of them, and we what's called co-regulate. So the calmer we are, the calmer the person and the more relaxed the person will feel as we give the massage. So it's important just to center and ground ourselves first. So just taking in, some of those lovely belly breaths. We've already done them today if you've been in other sessions, where you breathe in and let your belly really expand. And then as you breathe out, let it contract back down. That tells your body that you're safe. It is the body's language. And if the out breath is slightly longer than the in breath, then that really helps get the parasympathetic nervous system switched on, our relaxation, our rest response. It calms us. So just take a few of those breaths and just breathe in. And just see, how are your hands today? Our hands do so much for us. Just think of all the things they've already done for you today just to get you here. They would have switched on some form of PC or phone, turned, pushed, cut, picked up, put down. Our hands are a beautiful extension of our hearts that in so many ways lead the way. So just feeling into your hands and giving gratitude to our beautiful, incredible hands that we're going to give such caring touch with presence to another. What a privilege it is to be here and to touch another. So now we're going to turn to the person, hopefully you know who's going to give first and who's going to receive. So turn to the person you're going to give to, and we just have to ask if there's anything we need to know about the health of their hands, if they've got any pains anywhere, anything you need to know. So just ask them that. And if they do have things like arthritis or hands that don't kind of move, that fingers are stuck in certain positions, then it's not a problem at all. You just ask them to let them know if it's comfortable, and never push or pull anything open. So it's just a very gentle, soothing massage, this one. And if they have got arthritis, so it's good to just know where it is and then invite them to let them know let them tell you if anything isn't comfy. And then hopefully you've got some hand cream that you're both happy to use. So the next thing, have your hand cream near you. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to position the pillows. So what we do is we pop the pillow onto the receiver's lap. We tuck it up under their elbows so that their shoulders can drop and their arms can flop. So I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to change screens so hopefully you can see that. Okay, so I'm just coming over and I'm going to tuck the pillow under Tilly's hands and arms so her shoulders drop and her arms flop. Lovely. Okay. So then just breathing in some lovely gentleness. With massage, the key is not to let go once you've started. So if you have your hands gently resting on them, from now on, try and keep one hand always in contact. So what we're going to do is we're just going to turn one hand up over so it's palm up. Then we're going to get some hand cream, and if possible, if you have to lose contact, it depends how your hand cream is, but if possible, what you want to do, and I haven't opened mine, is just put some onto your forearm, because we don't put cream directly on because there's so many sensations. We want to minimize the sensations for the brain so that it can receive one lovely clear thing, and that's the beautiful touch. So we don't want to have like, oh, that's the cream and that's the touch. So we do them together. So we put some cream onto the inside of our forearm if you can. If you haven't got cream, that's absolutely fine too. It doesn't matter. Then you're going to pick up the cream and we're going to go straight to the forearm, and we're just going to make like caring C's with our hands, and we're just going to go up and down, giving some beautiful love to that forearm. Hopefully your hands are a bit warmer than mine, but they will warm up to it a little. Lovely. Okay, now we're just going to give the arms a little hug. So making those caring C's, we're just going to hug on one side and we're just going to press and let go, and then gently glide down and press and let go. And this can be very grounding. We're just saying, hello, I'm here, you're safe, I've got you. So just repeat that on one side. And then holding their hand, taking your other hand up to the other side. And again, pressing, releasing, gliding. Pressing a caring C, wrapping around it and gliding. Press and glide. We'll just do that once more. Press and glide. Press and glide. Press and glide. Beautiful. So now, if you need more cream, I do. You just get yourself some more cream, and we're just going to now play in the palms. So I'm going to put some cream into the palm, and I'm just going to circle round first of all to kind of warm it up a bit. Massage, you always want to warm places first. So you can warm it with your fingers, you can warm it with your knuckles, the kind of the flats there. So it can be nice, warm, 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 warm. Or you can even warm it with the heel of your hand, like so. Round and round and round and round and round. Beautiful. Then once it feels nice and warm, you can actually go a little bit deeper. If they haven't got arthritis, if they've got arthritis and it hurts, don't. But if they don't have any pain, then you can actually just push in with your knuckles. So it's a static push down and just move around. You can do this very hard if they don't have any pains, but if they do, just do it lightly, going over And now we've really said hello to that palm and kind of give it a bit of pummel. Holds an awful lot of tension. We're going to just, with our thumbs, tuck your fingers underneath. And so you've just got your thumbs on top, and you're just going to open up the beautiful palms. And it's so nice sometimes just to have your hand stretched open by another. Lovely. So stretch it open. Beautiful. Do that once more. The invitation is for the person receiving to really just receive in silence so that you can really feel it, unless anything isn't comfortable. So now we're just going to play. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a pair of scissors. We're going to go from the middle of the third, so from the third finger where it meets the palm, you're going to put your two thumbs there and you're going to draw a straight line up towards the wrist. Then you're going to draw a pair of handles, like on a pair of scissors, and you're going to come down the same route all the way back to the finger. And now you're going to do that again, but draw a smaller pair of scissors and come down. And now you're just going to do a baby pair of scissors and come down. So we're going to go up, 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 do a big pair of scissors and down, and a medium size of scissors and down, and a baby pair of scissors and down. And now we're just going to just fan thumb over thumb over thumb over thumb over thumb up through the palm, just stroking it out. So starting from the base of that middle finger, rolling your thumbs one over one over one over one over one, giving it a lovely soothing, stroking, rolling feeling. Then if you want, you can just go round the edges, just say hello to all the edges. Beautiful. And then we're just going to do some lovely little raindrops. And then we're going to come to the fingers. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get some more cream if you need it. And then we're just going to spiral up the finger. So from base to tip, you kind of hug it, spiral with your thumb, go back down the sides, hit the webbing, spiral with your thumb, and then pull off. And then you go to the next one. So you spiral up from base to the tip. You're going to go down the sides. You're going to repeat it. You're going to go down the sides, and then you're going to pull. And again, spiral and glide, spiral and glide and pull. Now, Tilly's been very helpful for me and lifting her hand so you can see it in the camera, but hopefully your arms are much more kind of relaxed and lying down onto your pillow. So we do that on all of them. Just curling, hugging it as you just give it that lovely pull off. And then the thumb. It's always a bit tricky to do the thumb. It's a kind of funny angle. So do watch yourself and your own backs whilst you give it. Just do the best you can. That's always good enough. And then just sandwich. Just lay the hand, one hand on top, one hand the other, and breathe. And this is the most beautiful bit. In connection, there's always three phases. There's giving, receiving, and being. And sometimes it's so lovely to be. So turn it over. We're just going to do one spiral up the backs of all the fingers to the top. We're going to glide down and we're going to pull off. So the same as what we did on the other side, but we're just going to do it once now. Up, round the nail bed, round the tip of the nail if you can get there, all the way down, hug it and pull off. Now that each finger has got 3,000 touch receptors. Every single one longs to be touched. That's why we've got them. So really try and go all the way up and all the way down and glide off. All the way up, turn it around, all the way down, glide off, then all the way up, all the way down, and glide off. Now we're just going to stroke over the tops of the hands. So in elderly people, this can get paper thin. So you just do it incredibly lightly. If they're not so elderly, then you can drain between the bones with your thumbs, and that takes lymph back up. We're going to say hello to the wrists. So you're just going to circle around the wrist bones with 2 thumbs, or you can do a figure of 8. Breathe in your gentleness. Check that you're okay, as well as the lovely person you're giving it to. And then you're just going to sweep up the arms. And we're just taking blood back up to the heart. The heart is home. Beautiful. Then we're going to go onto the other arm and do the same. So you're going to take one hand over to the new hand. Just let them get used to your temperature. Don't let go of that hand, the first hand yet. Just let them feel you. Get used to you being in this new place. Then let go of that hand and you're going to come over to the new hand. You're going to turn it over. And then we're going to do what we did before. So you're going to cream the arms, warm them up, say hello, give them as much love as you possibly can. We can all love this arm in front of us. And then we're just going to give those lovely hugs down the side of the arms, just saying, hello, we're here. So you make your C, and then you hug it, you let go, and you glide down. Hug it, let go, glide down. Hug it, let go, glide down. Repeat that one. And then the same on the other side, going up, working from the elbow crease if you can, hugging, releasing, gliding, hugging, releasing, gliding, hugging, releasing, gliding, going up. Beautiful. Really sensing into the person, feeling into their nervous systems. Now you're going to start putting cream into the palms. So go round and round, warming them with your fingertips, with the flats of your fingers curled round, with the heel of your hand, getting it nice and warm so that if they don't have pains in their hands, you can really then dig quite deeply with your knuckles. So you go with your knuckles and you can really push down. If they've got pain, then we don't do that one. But it can feel really nice, releasing lots of tension. And once you've really given it a lovely pummel and it's all warmed up, we can open it up. So tucking our fingers behind with our thumbs on top, we're going to spread it open. Spread it open. Lovely. Beautiful. And then we're going to draw the scissors. So from the middle finger, we start there and we draw a long line straight up with both thumbs. nearly to the wrists, then we circle to draw the handles of the scissors and we come all the way down. Then we're going to do the same, but only go halfway up, a middle pair of scissors and our baby pair of scissors. And we're going to repeat that. We're going to go up, 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 and down, medium, and down, baby pair, and down. And now we're just going to do that thumb roll. 1 over 1 over 1 over 1 over 1. Gently up the middle of the palm. And then we're going to go round the fleshy bits, all the muscles. Sometimes they can feel a little bit tight. Sometimes you can find little crystals. They're just little bits of uric acid that form at the ends of nerves. And if you ever did find it kind of little hard crystally bit, you just press on it and rotate and it will dissolve away. Let's go round the edges. And then we're just going to do some pitter-patter, pitter-patter raindrops. Lovely. And now we're going to say hello to all the lovely thumbs and fingers. So we'll start with a thumb and we're going to spiral from base to tip and we're going to glide down. We're going to spiral from base to tip. We're going to glide down. Then we're going to hug it and kind of glide off. Base, spiral, 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 right to the tip. Glide down the sides, hit the webbing because that feels lovely. Spiral, spiral, base to tip. Glide down, hug, pull. And the next one. Because of time, we're doing these 2 times each and only 1 on the other side. But when you're on your own, doing it together, you can do it 3 times each. The body likes everything being done 3 times because the first time it's like, oh, what are they doing? The second time it's, I remember this. And the third time it's, I like this. So spiraling base to tip, down, base to tip. And the body also feels safest if we do as we're doing it, making intersections so it knows exactly where we are. We're on the forearm, then we're on the palm, then we're on the fingers, and we're not muddling them all together. So it's the brain's having to kind of work out where we are. It knows where we are, it's safe. Hug, glide. Have a sandwich, have a little break. Check your shoulders, drop your shoulders if you're holding any tension. Just breathe in some gentleness. When you're ready, you're going to turn it over. But just do 1 on these. So it's from spiraling. I'm going to do it from the little finger. It doesn't matter which one you start on, thumb or little finger. Spiral to the tops, glide down, and we're going to pull off it. Spiral from the base to the tip, gliding down the sides, hugging, pulling. Spiral from the base. It's lovely to do around the knuckles. It's very, very good if you have got arthritis or anything like that. It does bring blood and oxygen to all those areas. Going down, pull. Next one. Down, up, pull. And the last one. Down, up, pull. Then we're just going to put some cream over the tops of their hands. Can drain in between the bones if the skin's not too feathery light. Go around the wrists. Hello, wrists. So you can do figures of eights or little circles around the bones. Give it a little rub at the back, and then we're just going to cream up the arm. So pressure on the up, gliding back down. We're taking blood and oxygen back up to the hearts, well, blood up to the hearts, and any lymph up to the lymph system, to the lymph nodes. Lovely. Then you're going to take one hand back over to the original hand, and you're just going to sweep up both arms now to the elbow. And then you're going to come down, down, gently, 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 lighter and lighter. And you're just going to come over the top, all the way, and just follow the fingers down if you can. So going from finger to finger, all the way to the very tip. And then you're just going to hold for a second, fingertip to fingertip, and then let go. And say thank you very much. So there we go. Let me just see if I can unmute myself here and come back to this screen. So that was massage number 1. I hope it was beautiful for those that received it. And I hope it was lovely to give. It can be such a beautiful meditative thing to give. And there really is such unspoken connection, which can be so special. So we're going to swap round now, hopefully, if you've got a partner that's willing to now give it to you. I'm going to do it again. So Tilly, we might be asleep by the end of all this, but I'll wake her up. And I'll talk you all through again. So if you want to just roll your shoulders and just have a little shake out and get ready. Lovely. Then whenever you're ready, we're going to start by check in, please, with the partner that you're going to give it to. Please check in. Is there anything you need to know about the health of their hands? And find out if they have arthritis or any other pain. Please ask them to let you know if any of it isn't comfortable. This is not about pressure. We don't talk about pressure, but it's about comfort. So we just say, if anything isn't comfortable, please let me know. In pressure, just as we talk about that, it's good to have in your head firm but gentle, because you don't want tickly. So think firm but gentle, and gentleness is very responsive. So by tuning into their nervous system, by looking at how they're doing, you'll know. Okay, so hopefully you've asked them about the health of your hands. You've got your cream ready. Roll up your sleeves. That will probably already be done. Obviously, if you were doing it to somebody else, you would have washed your hands in between, but there's no need for us because it's the same pair. Okay, so just before we start, just taking in some gentleness for yourself again. Getting ready to either give or receive in the energy of gentleness. A true energy of connection. Okay, I'm going to turn cameras again, and you're going to place the pillow up so it goes under their elbows so their shoulders can really drop and their arms can flop. So we'll just turn that and that. And then we're going to position the pillow up under, so it goes snuggy under the elbows. So the shoulders drop, the arms flop, and make sure that your shoulders are nice too. When you're doing it, rather than doing that, kind of try and lean forward so it's not too much strain on your back. Sitting, I should have said that at the beginning, sitting front to front is probably easiest if you're able to do that. Then with your legs apart, one of you, so that you can lean forward like that. Is the easiest, but if somebody's in bed or something, then obviously you can just manage another way. Okay, so going to get some cream, pop it into your forearm if you can, because from now on, once we go in touch, we stay in touch. And our nervous system has this beautiful 20-minute conversation together. And whilst we're doing that, all sorts of physiology things are going on as well, and more oxytocin and other hormones that produce serotonin and all sorts. So just going in, breathing in gentleness, going in very slowly, just first of all, just touching them, letting them get used to your temperature, to your calm nervous system. Then you're going to turn it over. And then we're going to start by taking the cream and going straight to the forearm. We're not going to muck around on the palms and do a little bit here and a little bit there. We're very precise in where we're working. So we start by working and creaming their lovely forearms. Just giving it all the care, presence, attention. There's nothing else to do but to be here now. All our worries, to-do lists on the other side of our doors. And we're just fully here with each other. You're going to make those beautiful caring C's and you're going to give the arms a hug. So it's in and out and glide. I'm here. I see you. You're safe. Gliding up and repeat. And then doing the same on the other side, wrapping your hand around their arms. Again, if you're doing this on your own and you've got plenty of time, do it 3 times. Do each line 3 times. Now we're just going to start playing in the palm. So if you want to get more hand cream, do pop it onto yourself first. That also helps the temperature rather than squirting it straight onto their hands. So start warming with your fingers, with the flats curled in, with the palm. You want it nice and warm. Think of all the things their hands have done, what stories they could tell. And then you're going to push with your knuckles. So I'm pushing straight down with my knuckles and then I'm really taking off any pressure at all before I move it to a new area. And when it's had a good old knuckling and pummeling, it's ready to open. So popping my fingers behind, my thumbs on top, we stretch it open. Working within their comfort, obviously. So again. Beautiful. And we've got our scissors. So from the bottom of the 3rd finger, you're going to draw that straight line up towards the palm, towards the wrist. Just when you get to the wrist, you turn it into the handles, 2 circles, and come down. And now go halfway up the palm, medium size. Now baby pear. Let's go up, 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 round and down, medium, and down, baby pear, and down. Then we've got the thumb over thumb, that lovely rolling. And if you have somebody that is very chatty, then this is a really lovely one. You can literally sit and do this for 20 minutes. You'll create all the hormones, the serotonin, the endorphins, the oxytocin. It makes us feel so well and calm and connected. And they'll think they've had a lovely hand massage, even if that's all you've done. So now going round the edges. And the lovely thing about touch is not only the receiver that gets all those beautiful hormones and changes physiology, you do too as the giver. So it's so beneficial for your physical health as well as your emotional and mental well-being. It's going round. And then pitter-patter, pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Lovely. So now you're going to start on the finger. So I'm going to start on the little finger. So you kind of give it, support it with your fingers underneath. Use your thumb, and you're going to circle from the base of the finger up to the tip, quarter turn, so you can glide down, hit that webbing, base, tip. Remember, 3,000 touch receptors each finger. There is a reason we had so many, and they want to be touched. And then you're just going to hug and pull it off. Going to get a little bit more cream. There we go. So spiraling up, gliding down, spiraling up, gliding down. And again. The few I can see look beautiful. Well done. And the next finger, spiraling base to tip, glide down the sides, spiral from the base of the finger up over to the tip. Going to glide back down, going to hug it, going to pull off. And then the thumb, base, down, base, down, hug, glide. Then my favorite bit, the sandwich. Have a breath. Beautiful connection we're so privileged to have from human to human. Turn it over. And then we're going to do one on each of the fingers. So from the thumb, spiraling, going around the tips, gliding down, pulling off. The next one, spiraling, gliding down. If you have the time, do 3 each, going on both sides. Spiral up, glide down, pull off. And the little fingers spiraling up, round the nail beds, round the tops, gliding down, gently pulling off, creaming over the tops of the hands, draining between the bones. Drawing circles around the wrists, figures of 8s. Little rub underneath. And then you're going to go back up those forearms. Pressure on the up, slightly more pressure, and then just gliding down, just taking blood home. Home is the heart. Place where all things originate and all things can come from. Lovely. Now you're going to take one hand over to the other hand and just let them get used to that new hand touching that part. Now, when that's in full connection, you let go of the hand you have been doing. Turn it over. Find yourself some more cream if you need to. And we do the same. So we're going to cream up this forearm. You're doing really well. Then you're going to make those C's, and you're going to hug it, release it, and move. Hug, release, glide. Hug, release, glide. Something that's just the most supportive thing that we can do is feel the presence of another really holding us. And then on the other side, lovely. Then we're going to go into the palm. Fingers, you can bend them over, do a bit more of a scrubby move, or you can do a bit of pummeling with the heel of your hand, whichever is most comfortable for you. And then if you want, we're going to do some of those knuckle pushes. You push down, lift off, glide, and just go all around the palm area, avoiding any areas that are sensitive or painful. And then it's ready to really open up as far as we can without pulling it, but just letting it stretch out as far as it wants to go. Thumbs just side to side, gliding out. Now from that middle finger, we're going to draw the straight line of the scissors up towards the wrist. Then we're going to do the circles. We're going to come down that same midline. And we go up again, and we draw a middle pair of scissors. And let's not forget our baby pair. And let's go up, 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 up again. And down, up, 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 middle pair, down, baby pair, and down. Then we've got that rolling thumb, thumb over thumb over thumb over thumb. Lovely, repeating from the bottom, thumb over thumb over thumb to thumb over thumb. It's a lovely one to give, and it's a nice one to receive. Then better get back to a bit more work. So just go around the edges, all the fleshy bits at the bottom of the fingers. So they don't feel forgotten. Beautiful. We're going to do pitter patter raindrops. And now we're going to come from the thumb. We're going to spiral up the thumb to the tip. We're going to glide down the side. We're going to spiral from the base of the thumb to the tip. We're going to glide down the side. We're going to hug it and pull. We're going to do that on our next finger, spiraling up, gliding down, spiraling up, right to the tip, gliding down. So 15 minutes of this creates 27% more oxytocin from your baseline. And oxytocin is what we need when we want to feel we can connect. It's no good telling somebody that's saying they're feeling really lonely or maybe a bit depressed to go off to a gardening club or a choir, because if their body, they might go there and still feel that they can't connect. Because unless we have enough oxytocin going on, we don't have the feeling that we can connect. So it's so important that we always work with the body first. We boost the hormones that are giving us the feeling and the ability to even want to move into connection. And that's what oxytocin does. It helps us feel calm, connected, safe. And interestingly enough, it's also, we produce some of it in our heart, and it's essential hormone for actually the regeneration of heart cells. So as you're touching somebody now, you're helping their heart cells regenerate. And you're also creating nitric oxide, which supports all the cardiovascular system. So for both yourself and the other person, this is a wonderful cardiovascular treatment. So now just pausing, breathing in, turning it over. We've got one spiral this way round, just because of timing, to the top, gliding down and pulling off. And the next spiral, 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 up to the top, gliding down, pulling off, spiraling from the base, particularly around the knuckles, the nail beds, the tips, lots of reflexology points all along there, and pulling off, spiraling up, gliding down, pulling off, spiraling up, around the nails, down, pulling off. Going to go over the tops of the hands. Go around the wrists, circle round, two thumbs doing circles together, or figures of eights. We're going to go up, up the arms, take the blood up to the heart. Wonderful. Now we're just going to take one hand over to the hand we originally did. You can breathe in and out. Going to sweep up both arms all the way to the elbow, and then you're going to come down, and you're going to come down lighter and slower, coming down, down, releasing any pressure. It's almost, you're just going to stroke lightly over the tops of the hands. You're going to come down. Try and see if you can trace their fingers if it's possible. So you're literally fingertip to fingertip. Pause that hold. And then come off. And thank you very much. Well done, everybody. I trust that that was a really beautiful experience for you both. And there's a myriad of different ways for us to bring more gentleness into our lives. And that's certainly a beautiful way that we can bring it not only to ourselves, but to another person too. So take care, go gently. It's been such a pleasure and privilege to share today with you. Thank you for being here. Thank your partners and your friends. And I hope to see you again. Enjoy the rest of your day and go gently.